big map, and you kind of essentially have to get a round of slays out and another round of slays if you want to get that flag out. And Barry Jake here already kicking things off with the grappler moving past the 50-yard line with a head of steam.
Ahead of steam, exactly. And we absolutely love what we're seeing out of both teams here, and I do believe we see a sub tonight on the side of Warriors. I do believe that Tyra Snipes can't be with them tonight, so good luck to these guys. We're on board with Bump and Scatter, who has a 6-bullet sniper rifle to work with on the side of Team Warriors. A big shout out to Sozer. We did get those team names right on the first try.
Yeah, Sozer always helps us out here. He always has our back. Can't do it without him.
We absolutely love Sozer here, and it's just getting started. We are going to bring you some extremely fun Halo to watch tonight. A lot of plays to be caught, a lot of clips to be clipped, and we do see a sniper bullet connect onto Bump and Scatter, but it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, and the cleanup doesn't come through. A Bear 8 Jake gets taken to the respawn screen, but it's kind of a trade situation as Yoxinator gets taken across the map. Bump and Scatter last one alive oh, I'm sorry, they do have a teammate below them. They're the last two alive on this side of the map here. Do they decide to kind of pick a few kills off of the enemy team, grab the flag? It does seem like they're going to be smart. We're on lock with our team captain, Jack4L. We do take them down. The mark assist comes through, but no flags out on the map.
Yeah, no flags out on the map yet. No pulls yet. Mostly kind of just a tit for tat going back and forth here. But Bump and Scatter here looking to get the pick, and they're in a good position over here in Pistol. They got a 2-on-1 scenario, and the same amount of numbers, 3-3, but what a great defense from First Minion there.
Great defense, a good point there, and right now it is 3 down for Warriors. It's looking gloomy, but no flag run just yet on the side of First Minion. Jack4L is going to whip the melee and get the reversal on the other team there for them. A shot caller comes through for that side. A Bump and Scatter is going to push through with that grapple hook. Are we going to choose to switch it out for that QT? It's very possible, but we're going to kind of lock eyes with our teammates and just push the other side of the map. We're going to push this green pistol, find Yoxinator, put some damage out, but we miss a few shots. We're going to pull back to our teammates here. The sniper from Jack's going to hit a body shot, but no teammates really have an angle right now to clean up those kills. Roddy XV here is going to pick up the Disruptor and the Bandit with a back pocket full of nades and a repulsor. We're going to cross map and find a way into base and possibly get a first touch on a flag and maybe make something happen of this.
Yeah, Roddy being a little sneaky and getting his way all the way in the back of the space here. Now he spawned First Minion over there on the elbow, so we're in a bad spot for this. Hopefully they can get a couple picks here before he pulls. They're on Nightmarish going back and forth over there on Snipe Tower. He's looking to just try to get like 2 or 3 down here, and then he's going to make a run, and here it is. This is the break. Unfortunately, though, 2 go down for his team, so it might be a dead flag.
It might be a dead flag, but if we
or he keeps going
halfway, I was about to say, if we can't get it halfway, the repulse play comes through. A good sticky nade maybe keeps that opponent across from him, but the cross map comes through. But Jack4L has the counter pull on the other side here. We're gonna book this map. We're gonna try to get it a little bit further. Shroom Tech is gonna try to return their flag here. Sticky Nade's gonna keep Nightmarish maybe a little bit farther away from their flag, but it does seem that Nightmarish is gonna be 1 HP and that dream here, as Mikowski would say. But Nightmarish does get taken down, but not before he gets the touch. Yoxinator trying to clean up what the damage was put out, and it does come through. Flag still out for the side of First Minion. The touch from Jack4L, the captain, gets it to Sniper Ramp as the sniper comes up. Nades are flying through, and it is that Needler Hall bottom PCs that Bump and Scatter's trying to get through, and it does seem that Jack4L is going to be able to slide this into base, getting that first cap on the board for First Minion.
Yeah, what a great play. A total team effort too. You know, I think it was Roddy that pulled it, and then the rest of the teammates moved another 10-15 feet, and each one of them crawled all the way through there and stopped them, and they were able to get the lead there. Double kill for Yox there up in the vent. And now I think this might kind of open up the pace of the game. You know, they kind of broke the ice, you know, getting the first cap here. So I think you might see a little bit more aggressiveness coming from both teams.
Right now we're missing Miss Tyra Snipes. If only these dual snipers, maybe both of them in the hands of Tyra, could get the team of Warriors a little bit of a bit of map control, a little bit of good flag run under their belt. But it is Roddy XV left by themselves with the sniper in their hands, trying to get this flag. back into their home base. We get the reversal, but it's a trade situation. Jack4L's going to slide right in to pick up where that teammate left off. We're going to try to book that flag across the map, but Jack and teammate takes too much damage. We do see them have to fall back here. Yoxinator gets the double kill with the snipe. The flag's still out. Jack trying to stay alive. The flag stays alive with a touch there, but does Roddy take down Jack? It does seem like they are fighting a war that Jack eventually gets taken down in.
Yeah, lots of back and forth here as they're trying to move that flag across the 50-yard line, but they get the return and shut it down as First Minion maintaining some solid defense here with the lead. They can kind of, take it a little bit easier, not have to go pedal to the metal here. It's always great working ahead in CTF, especially on a map like Argyle where generally it's going to be a lower CTF scoring game.
I love Argyle. It's my favorite map to be, in fact, and with snipers up in 2 seconds, that's exactly why I love this map. Watching both teams trying to watch out for both snipers while getting angles, and the reversal comes through. Jack4L at the bottom of his base, knowing that they have a numbers disadvantage here, is going to kind of move slow, wait for some respawners, but it's going to be a Bear 8 Jake who pushes in a little headstrong here, gets 2 down to the respawn screen with Roddy at his heels. We're going to push into the base and possibly get a pull. Roddy gets a nasty grenade kill from Jack. Jack gets sniped from Shroom Tech across the map, and it does seem the Bear's going to get this flag to the pistols, but it's going to be a cross map that takes down that player here. Does he have enough cover to get this map? Nope, I don't think he does.
Yeah, it's going to be in quite a bad position here right now, but Yoxinator coming in and he's lifting the heavy load for his team right now. 15-7, leading the whole room in slays, and yeah, right now he's just putting down damage, getting reversals, and not a surprise because we've seen Yoxinator do it all season here on HRL, and so when his team needs it the most here in the championship, he shows up, and I'm sure his teammates appreciate it.
I'm definitely sure they appreciate that. I would appreciate it, and I love a well-rounded team where you can kind of just appreciate everyone on the team. The snipe does come through. The cleanup from Jake also comes through there. We're gonna nade that flag, hoping to return it. Bumped and Scattered gets taken down, and it's gonna be Jake who gets the kill, leaving them last alive over here on this side of map with the sniper. It does seem that his teammate Shroom Tech gets taken down as well. We get the flag out of pistols to our PCs, and right now we're gonna catch the back of Jack, and Jack's gonna be a little scared back down, but he's gonna come up that sniper ramp, and there's a teammate on your heels. We're gonna run this flag into home base, and it's fight or flight as we do, and it's gonna be a tied game. As their flag does get pulled, we take down the flag runner, and now it's kind of a reset. We're gonna see both teams kind of spawn across the map from each other and redo these pushes.
Yeah, Yoxinator there, stopping them from going 4 down, and it's good news because he's continuing to kind of lock it down here and stopping the Worriers from getting 4 down and running in there and grabbing a flag and trying to make this 2-1. But yeah, both these teams here kind of battling for different position across the map. Seeing some really great snipes so far from everybody that picks it up, and that's usually the big difference maker on these flag pulls. You'll usually see a couple of these snipes come through, a double kill, and that's usually kind of what spurs them to go.
Oh my gosh, and as those snipes miss, the snipe across the map doesn't, and takes down, I believe that was Jake there. And it's sad to see that sniper go. We're gonna ping for our teammates. Hey, if we took down their sniper, pick that up, possibly. And it's gonna be Yoxinator, who takes some damage from Jake, who tries to get his sniper back. But I think he does make it off like a bandit with that sniper rifle, as Nightmarish does end up pulling that flag. We do have a pick. The numbers advantage comes through. 3 down for Warriors means the First Minion gets a clean pull to at least Pistol's PC. So as the cross map nade comes through, that flag runner gets cut short, and the flag's left at pistols.
Yeah, what a great nade. I'm not sure who that was, but what a great spot there. And then they got the rest of their teammates there, not in a great position to pick up the flag, but just going back and forth here. 2 down for the Warriors, as First Minion still has a numbers advantage here. And yeah, just kind of going back and forth here, just trying to get this mid-map control between both teams.
It's a fight over control of the map all the time, and it's harder when both snipers are out and they both have full ammo and you're just kind of terrified of your head getting taken off. And right now it is going to be Jake who's scared to get their backs taken out here, and it's going to be 3 down for Warriors once again, possibly a team wipe, but it is going to be that teammate there who takes out that last player. Yoxinator gets taken down and doesn't get to take out that I believe that would be an overkill maybe. I don't think he got the triple kill, but Nightmarish and teammates are going to pull this flag as they throw that sticky. He does have a grapple hook in his back pocket, so he might be able to make that quick escape, but it doesn't seem that he gets very far.
Yeah, and earlier we were mentioning Yoxinator, 15 and 7, kind of carrying the slay load, and Nightmarish really picking it up now. He's at 21 kills and 14 deaths, so kind of a huge difference maker there for First Minion. You know, they have the firepower, but you know, this isn't Slay, it's CTF, so you got to be working together as a team and make these slays count and get these flag runs across the map.
We want to see just one more flag run across this map. We have 1 minute left in this game, and we have about 10 seconds to work with before that 1 minute mark really starts to count down. We need to get those picks, and now it's 2 down for First Minion. It's Yoxinator with the sniper. We have eyes on the team pushing into our base here. It is going to be Roddy. Roddy's going to know that he's been picked out and probably called out as well. We're gonna get the snipe in camo vent, and they're gonna hear where that comes from. We have the QT in our back pocket, but it doesn't seem like we're going to use it right now. We're gonna push down from camo vent. We're gonna find this enemy teammate NPCs. We almost miss our shots, but we end up winning that 1v1, and we're getting closer and closer to that mid-map control here.
Yeah, they're really creeping up here through the labs. A lot of Warriors spawning down there by back elbow in the back of their base. You know, they're really pinned down in here, and you know, you can tell with that clock ticking here, they're going to have to get a flag pull here within the next about 15 seconds. Killing spree perfect for you. Oh my gosh. 3 down for Warriors. This is the time right now. Someone's going to make a move.
Someone's got to make a move, and hopefully it's a move like Jagger, and it's Yoxinator who's trying to boogie his way across bottom middle with the flag, but gets taken down. That flag does get picked. Oh, he doesn't get taken down.
No,
Yoxinator does stay alive. I thought he was going to die there, but he doesn't, but Roddy takes him down eventually. Roddy ends up trying to return this flag with sniper, and I do believe that's a repulse on his wrist, maybe, or maybe that's the QT, but that does get returned. We do have ourselves an overtime.
Yeah, what more could you ask for from a casting standpoint and as a spectator? Overtime, first map here. Both these teams really going at it, and props to Roddy there at the end of that last game, clutching up and stopping that last flag run at their own base even.
I love when the most intense fights happen in your own base. You feel good. You're able to push up, push out, and deal with the next wave of spawners. That's really when the momentum starts for a team. And right now, with 2 down for First Minion, they really need to bank off those kills there and kind of regroup and maybe return the flag, but it is going to be Roddy and teammates pushing up. ShroomTech does get taken down. The flag gets returned, and it is going to be Roddy who's smart enough to kind of fall back, try to do as much damage as possible as teammates get as close as they can to support. We're going to grapple the flag and make it away half shields, and it's a great movement here out of Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy, he's just like a ground dweller, and he's playing super ratty. He's always finding his way to the enemy team's base there, and is almost able to get that grapple flag past to the labs, but not quite successful. But kind of opening it up here in this overtime with the first flag pull.
It's stressing me out. Overtime. The snipes come through. 2 down for Warriors is making me a little bit more stressed out. And it is going to be Bump and Scatter who tries to push up. We're going to have that call out here. This teammate doesn't quite see Bump, and they're going to end up winning that 1v1. Jack is still at the bottom of their base, hiding out in basement there, but we're going to take down Bump and Scatter with a few whipped melees. It does seem that Jack's going to stay alive there at that bottom base. No one really realizing he's there.
Yeah, it always seems like in those situations when you get the 2 whiffs on the melee, that the next person that comes your way gets the 6-foot lunge into you to take you down. So nothing like some good old Halo timing and some of the a little bit desync with the melees. But we got a flag pull here for Jackal.
Finally, our really first good flag pull, but as I say good, we juggle, or we fumble the juggle there, and we get taken down from the cross map snipe, and it is going to be Shroom Tech. It's going to try to return their flag here. We have a few stickies, going to make sure we have a little bit of a security blanket. BH Higgs, or B Higgs, I always say BH Higgs. It's a bad habit of mine, especially this season. Last season, I don't think I said it, but B Higgs has a little bit of leeway to work with. Jack has a little bit of damage, doesn't have a lot to work with. The nade hopefully does enough to Roddy. We're going to do a little bit of ring around the Rosie, but we're going to be scared from the cross map. Roddy's going to win that 1v1. Nightmare's just going to be left alone, and Warriors have a chance to take more map.
Yeah, they had 3 down there on First Minion side here. Roddy and his teammates have really good control over here in Vent in the middle of the map. You know, they're just kind of gathering some intel here, looking where all the spawners at, and they get the first pick here, but still 3v3 here as they're trying to make a push here into the base and get a good old team wipe so they can pick that flag up and carry it home.
Carry me home. At this point, I want this game to be over, and it's getting closer to that point, Manny, as we get closer and closer to that minute 30-second range. We're going to find Bump and Scatter trying to clean up his teammates one shot. Jack's going to be left by themselves in a situation here as B Higgs is going to be across the map underneath our flag runner here. We have a chance to clean this up. B Higgs does end up doing that. Their flag is on its way to being returned, and it's just another flag run that gets cut short.
Yeah, I think we've had maybe like about 5 or 6 dead flag runs here on this Argyle. It's that 50-yard line, making it past pistols and getting into labs. Man, that's the crucial, you know, choke point on this map here, and you see for good reason. We've seen some great nades, some great plays, stopping the flag runs, and keeping this game still tied here as we come into the last minute of overtime.
I love Argyle. I like it being the first game. It really warms people up. It gives you enough time to get warmed up, and we're gonna see that double overtime possibly come into play. It's sudden death flag run. Who knows? We don't want to see a tie situation here, but 30 seconds is not too much to work with. Warriors is 1 down. Yoxinator is in our camo vent. We're trying to get some angles, find some shots, find a pick. The pick is Shroom Tech. Jack does find a nade kill onto Shroom Tech, but it is Bear who finds one onto Jack, and it's 2 down for the side of First Minion. But Bump and Scatter across map is sneaky with it and finds himself a flagpole.
Yeah, what a great distraction here on this flagpole by Bump. You know, he had the other team kind of encroaching in on his spawn there for a good flagpole, and he got them all turned around, and now the flag's pushing its way through the 50-yard line here. Shroom Tech coming up on S2. Maybe this could happen here.
I want to see exactly what's going to happen here, as it does seem that Warriors is going to have their flag returned. First Minion's going to cry themselves to sleep a little bit as that last second desperate flag run flagpole doesn't quite make it. And it is going into it, and we're going to be on board with Foxinator, who has that cross map onto Bump and Scatter. We don't really see Roddy bottom Mangler. We're not paying them much attention. 2 down for First Minion. Now 3 is definitely not a hot start for First Minion, but definitely a hot start for Warriors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Warriors were able to get the camo there off the start, and yeah, 4-0 off the rip. Yeah, they're carrying that momentum in from that last clutch flag return or flag cap there on Argyle, and start off already with a 5-0 lead, which is exactly what you want.
On board with Roddy, they do have that camouflage. We don't see them with the shock rifle. We just have our bandit. Now that we know camo's out, we do wait for that melee. You never melee first. You wait for those shields to be busted. We're gonna get the double kill. Do we get the cleanup? We don't get the triple kill, but that's a good start for First Minion. We're finally getting some kills onto the board there. Shroom Tech, Bump and Scatter. We're going to rotate in and out of Sneaky, trying to give a little hee-haw, and we're gonna nade ourselves a little bit, send ourselves flying to triple stack. And I gotta give a shout out to one of my good friends. She streams on Twitch. Her name is Nipple Sniper. She really brought me to the realization that triple stack is not 3 stacks. It's freaking 4.
Wow.
How do
Well,
you
we
feel
might have
about
to go
that?
back. We might have to change out the call out a little bit, though.
Mhm.
Honestly, when the call outs get put in place, they rarely ever change. Over on recharge here, they still call bottom mauler or a mangler, even though that kind of got swapped out, I think like 2 or 3 seasons ago. But yeah, I'll have to take a look at the quad stack down there. I'm afraid to make that call out because I think people might give me kind of a strange look in the lobby, maybe.
It's like when a few people heard me first say Harry Potter for that bottom position
Yes,
on
exactly.
B stairs streets. People were like, "What the heck is that?" Times are changing. Maybe it's time for a quad stack. Maybe we learn to count. But we're kind of BSing right now. It is Warriors on board with Shroom Tech. They got a little bit of a security blanket to play with as it's 15 and 10, 5 points of a difference here. We can afford a trade, maybe a kill unaccounted for. It is going to seem like a trade situation right now as it's still that 5 kill breakaway. We're going to try on the side of Warriors to break our lead further and further away from First Minion, making it kind of a desperate situation for them to come back from this. And it does seem that First Minion has the answer. They do seem to be pushing together and doing that wolf pack mentality type playstyle.
Yeah, Warriors right now in a great spot. They have basically control here from A over to top side of B. And they got First Minion basically trapped here in control and glass as the First Minion's rolling with basically a duo on both sides of the map here, trying to basically break through Warriors. As Warriors are just putting in damage there as they get a trade over there on gold steps and they pick off the other two. And just kind of maintaining that lead right now. They push it out to 7, which is always a nice cushion to have here on Slayer, and they can kind of just sit back and hold the spots they have.
Bump and scatter right now, just kind of hiding behind the box where we're trying to just keep our position and keep our lead. 13 points on the board for First Minion, and they kind of have a good spot. They have a good area for themselves to have some sight lines, maybe have a push from control with a flank from Whirlpool with some cross map from that gold position there. But it does seem that we're not really going to push too hard. They do find themselves a few kills. Now it's 19 to 15, and it's going to be bump and scatter. Tries to stick that enemy teammate, but doesn't quite get it. We don't get the cleanup as well, as it's kind of hard to fight a 2v1 situation, and Jake's going to find themselves in a sticky spot as well. Higgs is going to clean up that kill as he's kind of left by himself here. Shroom Tech's going to know that he's up in this area. The damage comes through from the top of Cat, but it does seem that they're going to rotate back out. They're going to rotate for a better position. They have the lead. They don't have to risk anything too much. Higgs does find himself taken down, and now we're going to find themselves rotating to the C-plat Hydro position.
Yeah, Warriors there, they kind of flip spots with First Minion, with Warriors holding down the A side, and they were able to get some trades. You know, they kind of got collapsed on, but they were able to kind of trade out even though they got collapsed on. So the lead is still at 5 now pushing to 6, as they're able to just kind of pick off First Minion on each side they're trying to push into.
Ooh. We get a little silly-nilly with our aim there, but Roddy finds himself cleaning up his kill, but it's going to be kind of a trade. Jake finds himself down as well. It's going to be 26 to 20. You do the math. That's what, 6 kill difference? Who knows? Math is hard. But we're going to go forward. We're going to hold this W. We're going to try to break into gold pipes. We do find ourselves a pick onto Yoxinator. That means we have room for a push. Jake's going to push that bottom gold stairs, but he does find himself down. We're going to whiff the melees, but we're going to find ourselves meleeed and grenaded. The grapple kind of screws us there, but it's all about Season 9 chumps. They're jittery. They know what's at stake here. But guys, it's just game 2.
Yeah, it's only game 2 here, but you can definitely tell that both teams are pretty amped up here, especially when they're getting into close quarters. Now we got a lot of players spread out across the map here, kind of a different kind of play style here compared to what we saw for the most part of the first part of the game here. As Camo comes up and Yoxinator, able to get away, he's greasy and is still able to live with that camo, which could be a big kind of shift in the game here if he makes a solid play.
We need a solid play, and it's a perfect that comes through, but we find ourselves cleaned up, so it's kind of a trade. We do have a leeway to work with, so that's okay. The shock rifle comes through from Rhodey. We find him with that in his hands quite a bit. The nade's gonna try to find some information for him, but we don't get lucky because we see everybody pushed into A. Everyone's grouping up. We don't want to have anybody straggled off and have any unnecessary damage taken. One shot to work with really with this shock rifle. We're going to find the backs of the entire team of First Minion, but we're going to miss our first shot. We're going to find some damage, but we're kind of by ourselves. We got to wait for a push with our teammates here to see what Worriers does about this.
Yeah, Warriors there. Yeah, Roddy coming in with the flank there, and he says, I'm sure on the comms he's saying all 4 of them are in front of me here in the back of gold. His First Minion here, they're kind of pinned back here in the back of gold, but they're making it happen here, going down 1 shots, and their teammates listening to the call outs, picking up the damage, and they're picking off Warriors here as they've cut the deficit to only 4 kills here in the Slayer game. So First Minion kind of locking in here at this moment.
We need them to lock in, and it's only now a 4-point game. We kind of pulled away, brought it back, pulled away, brought it back, and we just been keeping it at this like 4 to 6 point range here. Like I said, both teams are that 5-2 in the series. This is as close of a matchup as you can really get, and it's just game 2. I think we might possibly be in the graces of a game 5 situation as Higgs gets the cleanup onto bump and scatter. We're gonna find Jake 1 shot, and Jack's gonna get himself a kill. Now that we have the pick, we know we can push up, but it's a 1-kill game. We've got to be careful.
Oh, what a way to tie the game there. 35-35 now. 36-36. Game's tied. You know, Warriors had a great lead there, but I think they were kind of sitting back and resting on their laurels just a little bit as First Minion just kind of crept back into this game as we come down here to basically the last 14 kills for each team.
Just when you thought Team Warriors was going to break away, First Minion has kind of stuck together, played off of the oopsie daisies that Warrior has given them, and now it's just a tied situation. When one gets a kill, there's just one more person there to deal with, turning that into a trade situation. Now that it's a 1-kill game, Roddy's going to try and listen, maybe look and find some information, but it's going to be batteries, gold pipes that you're going to find First Minion here. Roddy's going to find himself cross-mapped with the shock rifle just a little bit. We're going to regen, and Jackal's going to find your back here, but as we teabag those boxes, we know that the pinch comes through. We have the pick from both sides. Bump and Scatter's left by themselves, bottom A here. It's still a 1-point game, and I can't really say. I want to see First Minion take this, so we see that game 5.
Yeah, for sure. As a spectator and caster, yeah, we're gonna be rooting for the game 5 here. And honestly, what a great like composure from First Minion as they take a 2-kill lead here, and they're just kind of working their way around the map, finding one of these Warrior players that's just kind of off and by themselves and just getting the pick and staying kind of aggressive, but controlled aggressive in a way. You know, it's kind of very deliberate in what they're doing, and it's honestly paying off for him really well now. The Oxinator with the shock rifle still able to cover a lot of the map here as he's kind of shifting back and forth and corralling the Warriors in as Camo comes up, which could be a huge power weapon at the end of this game.
Camo is the key to this map. I love Recharge. It's one of my favorites. 2 down for First Minion means that it's kind of a scary situation. Yox does find himself a camo and a double kill. A very nice pick here. We find ourselves still in a lead. Now it's a tied game. We can't stay away from this.
No, back and forth here the whole way through. I think we might get ourselves a 49-49 situation here, looking down for the last kill as Jackal finds an enemy in the back of gold and gets a pivotal win there as they take the 1-kill lead. And as soon as we mention it, it goes right back the other way.
The scales tilt one way, they tilt back the other, and I don't know which way to go. I don't know how heavy things are, because as soon as I think they're leaning one way, they lean the other, and it's rolling around like in the back of a bed of a pickup truck. But it is going to be Higgs that finds himself down. It's going to be Warriors who now have the 2-point lead as the Oxinator also finds himself. Jackal finds himself down, and these picks mean everything. Warriors find themselves bringing themselves back. A little team damage comes through, and 2 kills is what's needed.
I was about to say, for Warriors here, you know, when it comes to the end of the game, we saw them in Argyle really clutch up, and they appear to be doing so as well. They got 2 kills to get the win, but they only have a 2-3 kill lead now at this moment here. As time's ticking away, Rhodey here looking to just kind of find someone who's not paying attention and just get this last kill, but a bear gets it for him. And they clutch up there at the end of map 2 and take the 2-0
Of our
lead.
season 9 chumps, you know, this is our finals. We want this last final sniper rifle here on our Solitude strongholds. We are on board with Warriors, who finally got rid of that sub, and now we've got one of my favorite players to watch all season, Tyra Snipes. I was a little worried she wasn't going to be here tonight. A big shout out to Bump and Scatter for subbing for the side of Warriors. You played great tonight, made some great plays, and definitely brought it in for the team. As you see, or I'm sorry, it wasn't Bump and Scatter. It was the other teammate. My apologies. That was this sub. My apologies. You made plenty of plays. The 360 no scope out of Tyra shows you that mouse and keyboard movement out of Tyra, and shows you why it's one of my favorite players to watch here, and one of the reasons why she is my favorite player to watch. But it is First Minion who has the first 20 seconds on the board.
Yeah, Tyra will just 360 no scope you and just keep walking on and, and enjoying her day. So it will be certainly fun to watch. I was kind of surprised that she didn't get the first sniper, but able to make good use of it when she gets down there in the bottom of B. And Jackal in here coming and laying damage and securing B here as they're pushing past about 35 points, while Warriors still trying to get on the board here in this stronghold match. And like you said earlier, they're kind of stuck here in the back of A. They got to be really smart here on how they push out before this lead gets any bigger.
I wonder if the playstyle out of Warriors is going to be different now that a Bear 8 Jake is gone. Tyra's back. 2 down for Warriors means that they're going to have to reset, as B does fall into the hands of Warriors, or tries to. It is going to be a kill that comes through that resets B for First Minion. They kind of have a chokehold on the map right now. B and C in the hands of First Minion. Jackal's going to find himself top tower with his teammate. Try to find some damage, some information. His active camo comes up in about 1 second. We're going to see a fight shift towards top mid. We're going to find a pick trade 3v3 on the map. B and C still in the hands of First Minion, and I wasn't sure who picked up that camouflage.
No, I didn't quite see who got the camouflage. Oh, it looks like Shroom Tech able to get the camouflage here, and so he's going to try to get C here, but he's getting basically aggroed over there by Truck, but they're able to put him down as a First Minion's going to be spawning back cafe here, and we have a triple cap from Warriors. So they said enough is enough here. We're going to put some points on the board, and we're going to start putting pressure on you guys and start kind of sealing you off here on Solitude.
This is the point where Warriors might be trying to break through. They might have found their footing. B and C in their hands. This is a good spot. First Minion is going to spawn back A. The sniper rifle is up in about 10 seconds, now 7, and we're going to find a few shots. Tyra is going to live and find themselves cleaning up Nightmarish, leaving that 3 down for First Minion. They're going to get closer and closer to tying it up. Yeah, she's eyeing it. Jackal finds himself at C and makes themselves away like a bandit again with the sniper rifle. Tyra's going to say, I want my sniper. I'm going to try to push forward and pick it up, but I don't think that we're really in the position for that, as we're trying to protect B.
Yeah, they got B pressure coming in there from bottom driveway. Both teams kind of contesting and staying here on B, as basically both squads are on the ground level here around Dip and Truck, getting a lot of trades going off, but First Minion able to get 3 down here and the cap on B, and they start ticking away on the points here.
I like the comeback we've seen from Warriors. We need to see a little bit more grouping together like we saw before come through. We do have a good position on the map. A pick now onto Higgs, now Nightmarish, means that we're going to pick A and B as our positioning right now. And it is going to be Bump and Scatter in A. A and B are now ours. Camo's up. Higgs is going to rotate to Loop. We're going to find ourselves 1 shot. Does get cleaned up here. 2 down for both sides. Camo still available. B and A. Unconventional right now. I feel like the meta is that C and B. We find Camo still top mid as Nade takes out 2 players, and it is C and B that switches hands. And I feel like everyone's a little all over the place.
Yeah, a little all over the place. Warriors there, they kind of had the map control as they had 3 down on First Minion, and Camo coming up but what that first minion to get a double kill on the camo, and I believe they were able to pick it up or at least just deny Warriors from getting it. As now they're looking to cap C here and hold BC and keep Warriors in the back of yard here in Cafe and wait for them to come out and start laying some damage as they already start pushing for B and they get a pick. 3 down for First Minion. What an answer. 4 down, and ShroomTech able to get the sniper, but take some team damage, it looks there.
Just when your team of First Minion thinks that they get to break away, they don't. And Warriors find themselves taking a little bit more map for themselves. We find a B and C hold for Warriors, putting themselves closer and closer to tying this game up. First Minion takes back A, and Yoxinator does seem like they might be mouse and keyboard as well, if not just extremely high sensitivity, finds himself a pick there. I do find B hard to keep by yourself, but Yoxinator takes a little bit of grenade damage and finds himself a kill, is doing pretty well down at B by themselves, finds a double kill as well, and now we have the team, I was about to say the team help from Nightmarish, but it's a push from, I believe, 2 of Warriors that find themselves a little damage, but right now First Minion does find themselves really good positions.
Yeah, great life here from Yoxinator as he picks up another one to finish off his, or to keep his killing spree going. Basically holding down all of U-turn there, sliding back and forth, putting in team shots, cleaning up kills, and he's 14-6 and continuing to basically output as much damage as possible, which we've seen from the first 2 maps. And it's just a really consistent player day in and day out.
I love consistency. You know what they say, you know, consistency is key, and Warriors knows how consistent they can be, so they're going to try and find themselves as many uncontested picks as they can, and right now it is going to be 3 down for First Minion. That means that B is going to switch hands to Warriors, finding themselves now hitting triple digits. C is going to switch hands as well. Jackals in the back of that base are at that C base there. Do we find them? They do end up getting taken down as well as A and C. Unconventional hold falls into the hands of Warriors. They're finding some more points on the board for them, as right now it's still back and forth. It's still anybody's game.
Yeah, still anybody's game here. You know, earlier we talked about it kind of being like punch for punch, but in this one here, it's more of haymaker for haymaker. Just
Yeah.
huge swings in this game, you know. At First Minion getting off to that huge lead in the beginning, and then the triple cap answer from Warriors. It seems like whenever one team gets advantage here, the other team answers back right away. So what a great third map we have here so far.
I definitely want to see us go to a game 4 or a game 5, but I also would be extremely proud of Warriors for taking a clean sweep. But First Minion's not going to give it to them easy. You know, they finally switched out that sub for Tyra back. It might just be one game she gets to play if they don't find any more map here. Yoxinator's gonna push C all by their lonesome. Jackal's gonna be in hotel, hopefully putting themselves in a position to keep them alive. We're gonna take a little bit of nade damage as camo comes up. 1 second. ShroomTech's gonna be that A ledge. We're gonna shoot a little bit, but that repulsor, that tricky equipment swap here, the camo does get popped to our chest, and do we make a very pivotal play here out of camo?
Yeah, Yoxinator here creeping around bottom mid here, looking to make the right play, hoping not to get seen here. And it looks like he's doing a fantastic job, able to pick up the assist. He's got someone else here in the end, not, oh man. Creeping up there with the camo, and what a great play there in bottom B to kind of make sure they have control of it as they have B and C control, pushing First Minion into one side of the map.
That camo play was brilliant, getting at least 1 pick. Now we get another 2 down for First Minion. It means that Yox is going to be left by themselves here. Roddy is going to be on that respawn screen as well. We're going to get the pick on to bump and scatter. Now 2 down again for First Minion means that possibly Warriors is going to maybe make something happen of this, but now it's a trade situation on the map. But triple kill out of ShroomTech. When you think it'd be Tyra, it is ShroomTech with the sniper trying to get himself an overkill, but we're not going to be too overzealous. We do have B and C. We are getting closer to tying this game up.
Yeah, ShroomTech just doing really great damage here with getting the sniper and sniping him right off of the spawn for the triple kill. Not to mention the 10 assists that he's delivering for the rest of his team. So just a really great glue player and a glue game, really, you know, putting it all together to give Warriors a good shot here as They get the triple cap for First Minion. Sniper over here at C, and Jackal's definitely going to pick it up and try to make something happen with it.
Jackal, you got to see that slide to snipe. Now we're going to lift back up and possibly make anything happen out of this 5 bullets, but we choose to switch to the bandit, saving our shots. But with the sniper life with Jackal might not last too long, as it is going to be Tyra who's going to try to take back what she thinks is hers here. And right now it is going to be B and C who's trying to fall back into the hands of Warriors. As C's halfway through, Tyra is going to rotate to truck, find Yoxinator that top A ledge, but she is going to get taken down. Yoxinator finds himself down as well. C does finally get finished for the side of Warriors. Shroom Tech finds himself fighting a war bottom middle with teammate. As we do put a few more points on the board, we're going to find some bodies put into both C and B. We find both of them cleaned up, but Tyra's going to be left all alone.
Yeah, great plays there as First Minion here holding down A and B. They got kind of this yard all the way over to posters, but bump and scatter getting the perfect there. That's the opening pick as they're going to be making the move here for B. This is going to be really pivotal. They got a couple guys down there at U-turn, but they're able to pick up the kills. So First Minion, you know, right when it looks like they're in a bad spot, they're able to kind of work together and centralize their team fire and put them down as they're pushing into B here. And there's not a lot of time left on the clock here for the Warriors.
Not a lot of time, but we're going to try and try. We're never going to give up. It's not over till it is over. We're going to have A now. Maybe the push for B will be a little bit more distracting, and we might send someone to try and take C for ourselves. Bump and Scatter's going to nade themselves just a little bit. Tyra's going to find themselves on the respawn screen due to Yoxinator. Yoxinator finds himself a double kill there, and now it's just going to be Nightmarish left by themselves as First Minion loses a little bit of map control. Warriors has A and B. This isn't a really, you know, meta hold here, but we need as many points as we can as we do put a body onto C. We find them down. C gets reset, and now it's an AC, almost a triple cap hold for First Minion.
Yeah, Warriors there. Yoxinator kind of just cleaning up kills there. What a performance by him. 25 kills, 10 hours. So curious to see who's going to be trying to go for what here off of the rip.
We definitely want to see right off the rip that sniper being used to get a good team wipe, but Bump and Scatter is the first one to fall. Pigs is the next one here, and Rody finds himself not too far after as Yox finds himself with an oddball and a sniper. We're gonna find another pick onto Tyra as Tyra tries to desperate that last push, trying to maybe clean up what was left, but not much was left for her to clean up. Overshield's up in a few seconds as Shroom Tech finds himself an overkill.
Yeah, sneaky little overkill there off there, it seemed, from Shroom Tech. And yeah, now they have the ball in tower here. First Minion creeping up below here in mud. This is going to be a vital push there as Tyra shuts it down there in back mud. Only one up for First Minion here, and he's trapped on an island over on Nest. And Rai just puts some shots on him and starts milking that clock.
Milk the clock. Milk the clock. Rody is trying to milk the time he has with this oddball. At first I thought he threw himself off the map as well, but it was just the view there. The oddball does get reset. A sniper in the hands of Shroom Tech means, I mean, danger. We do find the no scope on the Nightmarish, and with Shroom Tech and a sniper, this could mean another overkill if we're lucky enough, but we're gonna find a missed shot here, but a shot makes it there. Jackal gets taken to the respawn screen. We have 2 bullets to work with. We do miss that first shot. Let's see what we can do with this last one.
Yeah, Shroom Tech must have been chomping at the bit to get the live fire here. He looks so comfortable with the sniper and these sight lines. You know, he's already kind of, he's almost ripping no scopes here with the flicks as he's able to kind of protect his team here and kind of hold C down as they're kind of getting some scrap time, but it's 33-1 right now, and you have to look and see that round 1 might be going towards Warriors' way.
Warriors are playing a little pissed off now. You've made the bull rage, and now you're gonna have to deal with the horns and with that overkill and the momentum off of it. You're definitely going to have to work hard as a team to bring yourself up to that 33-second point time, but a 3-down situation for First Minion doesn't mean they get to put any hands on the oddball, and we're gonna find ourselves a pick here, but it's gonna be Yoxinator in this house window kind of left by their lonesome as their team's going to be that nest bridge over there. Nightmare falls, and we're going to push in for the flank, but we find a little nade damage. But we do find the pick onto Tyra Snipes. Bump and Scatter finds the respawn screen as well. Rody dies along with the teammates, and Shroom Tech's going to be in our nest boxes. And now the Oddball's going to switch hands and possibly set First Minion up for some first real time on our Oddball.
Yeah, first real time here. They have a good position here over in A. Sniper's coming up on the top mid. Rody's going to be pushing around the scoreboard. You know he's going to try to weasel his way there for a flank as First Minion just kind of sliding back and forth, putting damage on whichever side that they're trying to push into. They get 2 down on Warriors side, and they have 2 pushing in from the big door as they still have time to milk here as they shut that push down.
We definitely don't want to see anything shut down for First Minion. Yoxinator falls, and that's a shutdown situation there as well. Rody's going to have some oddball time. It does seem that Rody's that main objective player for the side of Warriors at the moment. Shroom Tech, who had that overkill first at the start of the game, finds himself with another sniper, but it's the team switch and bait there. Bait and switch that finds that player down. The sniper does switch hands, 2 down for First Minion. Bump and Scatter with the heat wave and some repulse action on their wrist. Overshield's going to come up in 10 seconds, but the picks are on the side of Warriors, and it does seem like they might be set up for more ball time and possibly overshield.
Yeah, and Tyra just being conscious of the objective there, grabbing the ball time as everyone else here is going to be fighting for OS. And throughout that whole engagement, Tyra was just there adding more to their total there as Bump and Scatter gets the overshield and runs in headstrong against First Minion's push here as he gets the reversal, and he's got more folks coming in for Sandbag. What a stick from Shroom Tech as he's now 13-5, kind of leading the way here for Warriors.
Yeah, definitely leading the way, and a big shout out to Warriors. I mean, we've watched now almost 4 games full of both of these teams, and Warriors doesn't just have one player that likes to pop off. They're very well rounded, and that's what you said at the beginning of the last game is, you know, what were you saying? The consistency, that predictability, that reliability of your teammate here. You know, you got to know what to expect out of your teammates right now. Warriors are working well together to bring themselves back from that last game we saw, and right now Jackal does have the hands on the oddball, but being forced to play from Warriors since 2 down to the respawn screen for First Minion, and it is going to be Yoxinator who takes a spot bottom tunnel with teammate Nightmarish, but Warriors has the numbers advantage, and now the ball.
Sneaky play out of Yox there to stay alive. They get 2 down on the Warriors side. That could be 3 down for them, but Shroom Tech able to get the ball out and get the reset, so basically the ball will be resetting as his team's coming up here. So what a great heads up play there by Shroom Tech, not just slaying but also staying conscious of the objective. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of consistency across the board from Warriors with different players popping off on these different maps, and you gotta give a shout out to Tyra for coming in the middle of map 3 there and delivering right away.
Definitely delivering, and I mean, gorgeous while doing it. I love to see the ladies play, and you know, I feel like lately I've gotten to cast a ton of women, and it's been great to see all of the competitors in the scene, but it is going to be that first round in favor of Warriors. A few fumbles came through. First Minion almost had it, but Warriors is able to persevere and pull that first round for themselves, and we're going to see this first break once again. The fight for sniper top mid. Let's see who grabs it.
Yeah, the Warriors, you know, Roddy kind of leading the way there with the objective, 55 seconds, but it's also the rotations that Warriors are doing. You know, whenever the pressure's coming, they're going the path of least resistance and still milking time and getting the resets. And here we are again, Bump and Scatter, you know, kind of taking the ball out, getting some scrap time, and running into his spawning teammates to take down the guy that's chasing after him. You know, it's those kind of plays that's really makes a huge difference, especially in a game mode like an oddball.
And it's nice that it's not matchmaking and the teammate knows to shoot the guy behind you besides just looking another direction or shooting up in the sky or something, or you hear on comms, how do I play this game? You never know, but Roddy does have our oddball. Warriors does have the first 20 seconds of oddball time. We're going to find ourselves by ourselves, and the push does come through from First Minion, but not before Roddy gets to play that oddball. The repulsor in the hands of that player back B, but the overshield in the hands of Higgs here. We have a grenade and another set of grenades as well. And it does seem the First Minion's going to have a touch on the oddball for a few seconds, but with the numbers disadvantage, we're not going to feel confident enough to really grab it yet. And now there's a few nades splashing through. A repulsor tries to keep you alive, but as your back's turned, you're going to take a few more shots of damage, and no one really getting a pick on the oddball, and it might just reset once again, but it is Jackal, while Oxinator stays alive long enough to pick up the oddball.
Yeah, good plays out of First Minion. Yoxinator with a nice perfect there and a pivotal battle there as they get 2 down on Warriors. And First Minion here, they're finally going to get a good chunk of time, but Warriors making it so difficult for them just to even pick up the ball there. You know, it was chilling there, bottom mid. It was a 2v2 scenario as we get an oddball beat down here in the back of Mud. But yeah, Warriors always just staying super aware of where the ball is and being in a good spot to basically keep milking this clock.
Oh, it's stressful. It's 2v2 on the map. It's tied. And right now we're on board with Bump and Scatter. Roddy and Tyra are on the respawn screen. Higgs has the overshield, but we've got the back of Higgs. It does seem to run out. We get the cleanup onto the overshield player. Our teammate does spawn up, but Tyra seems to not get to live long enough to do much. We are on the spawn over there. I do believe it was B Higgs who cleaned up that player, Yox, and it is, oh my gosh, it was Nightmarish in the big door A area is going to have the oddball, and as the ball does find its way in here, no one really putting real time on it. Still kind of tied. Nightmarish has a few more seconds on it while being the last alive. Sniper up in 12 seconds as Warrior picks up the oddball again.
Yeah, Shroom Tech here picking up the ball. And yeah, First Minion, you know, this is essentially, this round 2 here is kind of their season on the line here. And you can kind of tell the sense of urgency as they're basically flying across the map. They get 2 down on Warriors, and they get Roddy down to 1 shot. So they have a chance here to kind of take map control. But as soon as they get out here in the open and get the ball, Warriors dumping some damage on them as soon as they try to grab it. And they continue to keep this a low-scoring round.
This one feels just as long as the last one. I feel like we're going to see a bunch of switches happening here. Warriors has some good time. Noticing that maybe there might be a few extra fumbles that we don't want. Maybe a few fumbles with our melees that we don't want. We're going to try and let the clock maybe run out. Jackal's going to say, no, we need some oddball time. We're going to throw this into dummies and maybe rotate it to tower. I do believe that player here on C Plat might be able to get at least the cleanup onto that oddball player, but the teamwork comes through, taking out Shroom Tech and setting up First Minion for a good position on Overshield. 2 players of Warriors is going to push Overshield, find themselves a pick, but who really does pick up that Overshield?
Yeah, it looks as if Warriors were in a good spot to get it. Yep, they got it over there in top mid as they're able to clear out C here, and they have tower control. Bump and Scatter with the ball going up the top of tower, and they're starting to really kind of pull away here if they get a good chunk of time. But he gets picked off as First Minion is already wolf packing their way here through cuts into top C, looking to find him on tower here and clean up these kills.
Ooh, call him the cleanup crew, because I mean everything's just being cleaned up, and Roddy right now finds himself a broom and a dustpan, cleans up those kills, sends 3 to be
Shroom
reset.
Tech, another overkill.
Finds themselves an overkill, and now it's just another one out of Shroom Tech from the last game. 60 points on the oddball for Warriors. A minute 50 seconds left on the clock, and right now First Minion has to play perfectly together to keep the oddball in their hands and possibly on their side of the map and keep Warriors away.
Yeah, and every time they grab the ball here, you see they start to kind of get into a position where they could get set up and hold the time down, but then you'll always find a Warriors player just sitting there waiting to put damage on them.
I know how Tyra Snipes plays. I've played with her a few times, and I know she's just looking for an angle to drop down on you, but I know she's a very heads-up player. She listens to you, and she's very good close quarters as well, especially if she's got a sniper in her hand. Her no-scopes are disgusting. Nightmarish right now has the oddball. Tyra Snipes, someone to be scared of, is sent to the respawn screen, and it does seem that First Minion's in a position to tie up this game, but the oddball player does take a few shots of damage here. Now a grenade comes through. Tyra gets the cleanup. Roddy and Tyra's find themselves down. Bump and Scatter in a position to have the oddball. Does find themselves down, but plays it. And they do find themselves still in the lead. When First Minion thought they had it, they lose it. And now Roddy finds himself in overshield.
A good heads-up play by Roddy there. You know, he knows his teammate's going to be resetting there. And so he's just chilling on the OS, picks it up off of the rip, and they have an 18-19 point lead here as they're starting to really grow it out. As both teams are going at it here in the bottom of key door, and Warriors able to kind of get the win there as they get 2 down on First Minion.
72 to 52, 1 minute on the clock. Do we choose to play time, or are we going to play the ball? Yoxinator has a sniper. We don't find the body. We find a melee, but we do find themselves down. Roddy picks up that sniper, but we have a 2v2 on the map. Jackal finds an oddball. The timer does stop, and First Minion has to find themselves in a position to hold this oddball. As the timer clicks down, they try to find a remote detonation. 2 down for First Minion means that Warriors are going to grab this oddball. I do believe they might just rotate it into safety as they drop it and try to keep First Minion out of the A hold here, but I do believe Warriors is going to try to hold on to this and find themselves a clean second round.
Yeah, they're making the screens hold work here as they're just picking off First Minion as they try to get around there. As we're approaching about 95 seconds here, First Minion's got to collapse on this ball here if they want to make it happen. But it looks like they're not so successful at it as Warriors just having the angles and laying the damage down.
But I do believe that almost last second fumble there comes through. Yoxinator grabs the oddball. We do have a full team to back us up. Our pushes is going to come from Big Door, Sandbags, and possibly that rat tunnel right there. We find a pick onto Shroom Tech. We find a pick onto Tyra. 2 down 4 Warriors means they're worrying because they need to find themselves 2 extra seconds. It is going to be Bump and Scatter who finds a pick. It is going to be Yoxinator who takes down Roddy, who tries to find themselves a few more seconds on the oddball. With themselves holding this ball here, we have enough time to possibly get these 2 seconds, and it is Shroom Tech, gets the melee, gets the last 2 seconds, and wins the second round, takes this game 4 and the series for Warriors.